Long ago, in the heart of the great African wilderness, the chameleon was not the slow, cautious creature we know today. Instead, he was the fastest animal in the land. He was swifter than the cheetah, quicker than the hare, and more elusive than the wind. His speed was unmatched, and with it, he could outrun any danger, avoid any trouble, and escape any responsibility. He took great pride in his ability, believing himself to be superior to all others. Whenever a problem arose, Chameleon would not stand and face it. He would simply vanish in the blink of an eye. If an argument broke out, he would disappear before it could escalate. If work needed to be done, he would be gone before his name was called. His life was simple. Avoid trouble, avoid hardship, and always move forward without looking back. The other animals grew tired of his ways. Chameleon is fast, but he is not wise, grumbled Elephant. He never faces anything. Lion, the great king of the savannah, shook his mighty mane and said, "Speed means nothing if you do not use it wisely. One day, Chameleon will learn that lesson." One year, a terrible drought fell upon the land. The rivers dried up, the grass turned brown, and the animals grew weak from thirst. The elders of the animal kingdom gathered beneath the great baobab tree to find a solution. "We must ask the sky spirits for rain," said the wise old tortoise. "Only they have the power to bring water back to the land." The journey to the sky spirits' dwelling was perilous. It required crossing deep ravines, climbing treacherous mountains, and braving the scorching heat of the sun. Many of the animals hesitated, for they knew the journey could take weeks. Who among us is fast enough to make the journey before it is too late? Antelope asked. Chameleon, always eager to prove himself, stepped forward. "I am the fastest of all. I will go," he declared confidently. The animals exchanged doubtful glances. Could they truly trust him? Would he stay the course, or would he simply flee when things became difficult? But with no better options, they agreed. As the sun set, Chameleon set off toward the great mountain where the sky spirits dwelled, unaware that this journey would change him forever. Chameleon sprinted across the land, his tiny feet barely touching the dry earth. He darted between trees, leaped over fallen logs, and sped past weary travelers. "I will be back before the sun rises again," he boasted to himself. But as he reached the foot of the mountain, he encountered his first obstacle, a deep ravine with only a narrow log bridging the gap. On the other side stood a tall, dark figure, the spirit guardian of the mountain. "You wish to climb the mountain?" the spirit asked in a deep voice. "Yes, the animals need rain," Chameleon declared. The spirit narrowed its glowing eyes. "Then you must prove your strength. Walk across this log without fear." Chameleon laughed. "That is easy for me." He ran across the log, but just as he reached the middle, a strong gust of wind blew through the ravine. The log wobbled, and Chameleon lost his footing. Without thinking, he did what he always did, he fled. He leaped backward, landing safely on the side he had started from. The spirit shook its head. "You run from every challenge, little one. If you cannot face even the wind, how will you face the sky spirits?" Chameleon frowned. He had never failed before. But rather than try again, he turned and found another path up the mountain, a longer, safer path where he could avoid danger. "I will still reach the top," he told himself. But the sky spirits were watching. They had seen his trick, and they were not pleased. After a long and tiring climb, Chameleon finally reached the summit of the great mountain. There, he found himself standing before the glowing palace of the sky spirits, shimmering with light and mist. As he approached, the clouds parted and a powerful voice boomed. Who dares to disturb the realm of the sky spirits? Chameleon bowed low. I am Chameleon, the fastest of all creatures. The animals below are suffering. They need rain. A golden figure stepped forward, their eyes like burning suns. And what have you sacrificed for this request? Chameleon hesitated. Sacrifice. I traveled all this way. The sky spirits whispered among themselves. But did you face the trials, or did you run from them? Chameleon's heart pounded. He thought of the spirit at the ravine, of how he had taken the longer path to avoid danger. You ask for our help, but you avoid every hardship, said the sky spirits. You flee from every challenge. You are fast, but speed alone is not strength. Chameleon frowned. But I got here, didn't I? The spirit's eyes flashed. Then let us see how fast you truly are, little one. Before Chameleon could react, a great wind swirled around him, lifting him off his feet. His body became heavy, his legs weak. He tried to run, but his limbs moved slowly, as if trapped in thick mud. He gasped. His speed was gone. This is your lesson, said the sky spirits. You will no longer outrun your problems. You will face them, slowly, carefully, and with thought. Only then will you understand true wisdom. The wind stopped. Chameleon fell to the ground, and when he stood up, he found that his legs moved at a snail's pace. Chameleon was devastated. He tried to run, but his body refused. Each step was slow, deliberate, and frustrating. He had never moved like this before. The journey down the mountain took days instead of hours. He had no choice but to face every obstacle. He had to think before crossing rivers, plan before climbing rocks, and observe before making decisions. For the first time, he realized how careless he had been before. He had always relied on speed, but now he saw the world in a different way. As he walked, he heard whispers from the wind. Patience brings wisdom. Careful steps lead to success. Running from a problem does not solve it. By the time he returned to the animals, he was a different creature. The animals gasped when they saw him. Chameleon, why do you move so slowly? Chameleon smiled. Because now I see things differently. He told them of the sky spirits, of their lesson, and how he had learned the power of patience. The animals, even mighty elephant, bowed their heads in respect. From that day on, Chameleon walked slowly, not because he was weak, but because he had learned to think, to observe, and to face life's challenges with wisdom rather than fear.